List of federal agencies in the United States. Legislative definitions of a federal agency are varied and even contradictory. The official United States government manual offers no definition, while the Administrative Procedure Act definition of agency applies to most executive branch agencies. Congress may define an agency however it chooses in enabling legislation and subsequent litigation, often involving the Freedom of Information Act and the government in the Sunshine Act. These further cloud attempts to enumerate a list of agencies. The executive branch of the federal government includes the Executive Office of the President and the United States Federal Executive Departments, whose secretaries belong to the Cabinet. Employees of the majority of these agencies are considered civil servants. The majority of the independent agencies of the United States government are also classified as executive agencies. They are independent in that they are not subordinated under a cabinet position. There are a small number of independent agencies that are not considered part of the executive branch. United States Congress. The U.S. Congress is the bicameral legislature of the United States government, and is made up of two chambers, United States Senate the upper chamber, and United States House of Representatives the lower chamber. Together, the two chambers exercise authority over the following legislative agencies. Congress also maintains special administrative agencies like Capitol Police Board, which governs the United States Capitol Police USC, the Office of the Architect of the Capitol AOC, who is in charge of maintaining the Capitol building, including the Capitol Visitor Center CVC, and the United States Botanic Garden USC. The legislature is also in charge of the Library of Congress LOC, a national library dedicated to national records, and administers various programs, agencies, and services including Global Legal Information Network (GLIN), Congressional Research Service (CRS), United States Copyright Office USCO, the Copyright Royalty Board (CRB), National Library Service for the Blind and Print Disabled, Federal Judiciary of the United States. Agencies within the judicial branch. Marshal of the Supreme Court of the United States. Supreme Court of the United States Police. Administrative Office of the United States Courts. Federal Judicial Center. Judicial Conference of the United States. Judicial Panel on Multidistrict Litigation. United States Sentencing Commission. Probation and Pretrial Services System. Defender Services. Specialty Courts. Court of Appeals for Veterans Claims. Court of Appeals for the Armed Forces. Court of Appeals for the Federal Circuit. United States Tax Court. Court of Federal Claims. Court of International Trade. Bankruptcy Courts. Alien Terrorist Removal Court. Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court. Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court of Review. Executive Office of the President. The President of the United States is the chief executive of the federal government. He is in charge of executing federal laws and approving, or vetoing, new legislation passed by Congress. The President resides in the executive residence, EXR, maintained by the Office of Administration (OA). To effectively run the country's affairs, the President also maintains councils regarding various issues, including Council of Economic Advisers (CEA), Council on Environmental Quality (CEQ), National Security Council (NSC), and the supporting Homeland Security Council (HSC), National Space Council, Office of Management and Budget (OMB), Office of Information and Regulatory Affairs (WARA), Office of Federal Financial Management (OFM), Office of Federal Procurement Policy (OFP), Office of E-Government and Information Technology, United States Digital Service, Office of the Intellectual Property Enforcement Coordinator (IPEC), Office of National Drug Control Policy (ONC), Office of Science and Technology Policy OSP, National Science and Technology Council, United States President's Council of Advisors on Science and Technology, Office of the United States Trade Representative USTR, Office of the Vice President, President's Intelligence Advisory Board PIAB, and the Supporting Intelligence Oversight Board IOB, White House Office, United States Department of Agriculture USDA, Office of the Secretary of Agriculture, Under Secretary of Agriculture for Farm Production and Conservation FPAC, Farm Service Agency FSA, Commodity Credit Corporation CCC, Natural Resources Conservation Service NRCS, Risk Management Agency RMA, Federal Crop Insurance Corporation FSIC, Farm Production and Conservation Business Center FBC, Under Secretary of Agriculture for Food, Nutrition and Consumer Services FNCS, Food and Nutrition Service FNS, Center for Nutrition Policy and Promotion CNPP, Under Secretary of Agriculture for Food Safety and Inspection Service, Under Secretary of Agriculture for Marketing and Regulatory Programs MRP, Agricultural Marketing Service AMS, Federal Grain Inspection Service FGIS, Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service FIS, Plant Protection and Quarantine PPQ, Wildlife Services WS, Under Secretary of Agriculture for Natural Resources and Environment NRE, United States Forest Service US, International Institute of Tropical Forestry, Under Secretary of Agriculture for Research, Education, and Economics RE, Agricultural Research Service ARS, National Agricultural Library NAL, Economic Research Service ERS, National Agricultural Statistics Service NAS, National Institute of Food and Agriculture NIFA, Office of the Chief Scientist, Office of the Undersecretary for Rural Development RD, Rural Development, Rural Business Cooperative Service RBCS, Rural Housing Service RHS, CHES, Rural Utilities Service RUS, Office of the Undersecretary for Trade and Foreign Agricultural Affairs TIFA, Foreign Agricultural Service FAS, United States Department of Commerce, Office of the Secretary OS, Office of the Deputy Secretary, Office of Business Liaison OBL, Office of the Chief Financial Officer and Assistant Secretary for Administration CFO/ASA, Office of Chief Information Officer OCO, Office of Executive Secretariat, Office of General Counsel OGC, Office of Legislative and Intergovernmental Affairs OLIA, Office of Policy and Strategic Planning OPSP, Office of Public Affairs OPA, Office of Security OSY, Office of the White House Liaison OAF, Office of Inspector General OIG, Economic Development Administration EDA, Minority Business Development Agency MBDA, National Technical Information Service NTIS, National Telecommunications and Information Administration NTIA, Institute for Telecommunication Sciences ITS, First Responder Network Authority FirstNet, Under Secretary of Commerce for Industry and Security/Bureau of Industry, Security BIS, Office of the Assistant Secretary for Export Administration, Operating Committee for Export Policy OC, Office of Strategic Industries and Economic Security, Office of Nonproliferation and Treaty Compliance, Office of National Security and Technology Transfer Controls, Office of Exporter Services, Office of Technology Evaluation, Office of Export Enforcement OEE, Under Secretary of Commerce for Economic Affairs OUS/EA, Bureau of Economic Analysis BEA, United States Census Bureau RO, Under Secretary of Commerce for Intellectual Property / United States Patent and Trademark Office USTO. Trademark Official Gazette. Patent Trial and Appeal Board. Trademark Trial and Appeal Board. Office of the Commissioner of Patents. Office of the Commissioner of Trademarks. Under Secretary of Commerce for International Trade / International Trade Administration ITA. United States Commercial Service CS. Under Secretary of Commerce for Oceans and Atmosphere / National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration NOAA. Alliance for Coastal Technologies. National Marine Fisheries Service NMFS / NOAA Fisheries Office of Law Enforcement. Office of Marine and Aviation Operations AMAO. NOAA Commissioned Officer Corps. National Environmental Satellite, Data, and Information Service NESDIS. National Ocean Service NOS. National Weather Service NWS. Office of Oceanic and Atmospheric Research OAR. Under Secretary of Commerce for Standards and Technology. National Institute of Standards and Technology NIST. United States Department of Defense DoD. Office of the Secretary of Defense OSD. Defense Agencies. National Intelligence Agencies. Defense Field Activities. Universities and Research Institutes. Unified Combatant Commands. United States Africa Command USAFRICOM AF *R *NAV *MARFOR. United States Central Command USENCOM AF *R *NAV *MARFOR. United States Northern Command US NORTHCOM R *NAV *MARFOR. United States European Command USEUCOM AF *R *NAV *MARFOR. United States Indo-Pacific Command USINDOPACOM AF *R *MARFOR *NAV. United States Southern Command SOUTHCOM R *MARFOR *NAV. United States Space Command SPACECOM / AR *SF. United States Special Operations Command USACOM AF *AR *MARFOR. United States Strategic Command MARFOR *NAV. United States Cyber Command CYBERCOM AF *R *MARFOR *NAV. United States Transportation Command AF *AR *NAV *JEC. Joint Agencies. Department of the Army. Office of the Secretary of the Army. U.S. Army Commands. U.S. Army Direct Reporting Units. U.S. Army Field Operating Agencies. Department of the Navy. Office of the Secretary of the Navy. U.S. Navy Functional Operating Forces. Shore Establishment and Activities Echelon Roman II. U.S. Navy Field Support Activities. United States Marine Corps USG. Department of the Air Force. Office of the Secretary of the Air Force. U.S. Air Force Major Commands. Reserve and Auxiliary Components. Direct Reporting Units. Field Operating Agencies. United States Department of Education. Office of the Secretary of Education OSE. Office of Deputy Secretary of Education OTS. Office of Elementary and Secondary Education. Office of Migrant Education. Office of Safe and Healthy Students. Office of English Language Acquisition, Language Enhancement, and Academic Achievement for Limited English Language Proficient Students. Office of Special Education and Rehabilitative Services. Office of Special Education Programs. Rehabilitation Services Administration. Institute of Education Sciences IES. Office of the Undersecretary OUS. White House Initiatives and Operating Commissions. Advisory Bodies. Federally aided corporations. United States Department of Energy. Leadership Offices. Office of the Secretary of Energy. Office of the Deputy Secretary of Energy. Office of the Undersecretary of Energy, Office of the Undersecretary for Science, Office of the Undersecretary for Nuclear Security and Administrator of the National Nuclear Security Administration. Program Offices Advanced Research Projects Agency Energy ARPA-E. Office of Artificial Intelligence and Technology ATO. Loan Programs Office. Office of Cybersecurity, Energy Security, and Emergency Response. Office of Electricity. Office of Energy Efficiency and Renewable Energy. Office of Environmental Management. Office of Fossil Energy. Office of Indian Energy Policy and Programs. Office of Legacy Management. Office of Nuclear Energy. Office of Science. Staff Offices. Office of Congressional and Intergovernmental Affairs. Office of Economic Impact and Diversity. Office of Enterprise Assessments. Office of Environment, Health, Safety, and Security. Office of Hearings and Appeals. Office of Inspector General. Office of Intelligence and Counterintelligence. Office of International Affairs. Office of Management. Office of Strategic Planning and Policy. Office of Project Management. Office of Public Affairs. Office of Small and Disadvantaged Business Utilization. Office of Technology Transitions. Office of the Chief Financial Officer. Office of the Chief Human Capital Officer. Office of the Chief Information Officer. Office of the General Counsel. Office of NEPA Policy and Compliance. Power Administrations and Other Agencies. Federal Energy Regulatory Commission. National Nuclear Security Administration. Energy Information Administration. Bonneville Power Administration. Southeastern Power Administration. Southwestern Power Administration. Western Area Power Administration. National Laboratories and Technology Centers. Ames Laboratory. Argonne National Laboratory. Brookhaven National Laboratory. Fermi National Accelerator Laboratory. Idaho National Laboratory. Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory. Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory. Los Alamos National Laboratory. National Energy Technology Laboratory. National Renewable Energy Laboratory. New Brunswick Laboratory. Oak Ridge Institute for Science and Education. Oak Ridge National Laboratory. Pacific Northwest National Laboratory. Princeton Plasma Physics Laboratory. Radiological and Environmental Sciences Laboratory. Sandia National Laboratories. Savannah River Ecology Laboratory. Savannah River National Laboratory. SLAC National Accelerator Laboratory. Thomas Jefferson National Accelerator Facility. Field Sites. Carlsbad Field Office. Environmental Management, Los Alamos Field Office. Golden Field Office. Idaho Operations Office. Oak Ridge Office of Environmental Management. Office of River Protection. Portsmouth/Paducah Project Office. Richland Operations Office. Savannah River Operations Office. Office of Science Field Offices. Pacific Northwest Site Office. United States Department of Health and Human Services. Office of the Secretary OS. Immediate Office of the Secretary IOS. Office of the Assistant Secretary for Administration. Program Support Center. Office of the Assistant Secretary for Financial Resources. Office of the Assistant Secretary for Legislation. Office of the Assistant Secretary for Planning and Evaluation. Office of the Assistant Secretary for Public Affairs. Office of the Assistant Secretary for Health. Office of the Assistant Secretary for Preparedness and Response. Biomedical Advanced Research and Development Authority. Center for Faith and Opportunity Initiative. Departmental Appeals Board. Office for Civil Rights. Office of Global Affairs. Office of Inspector General, Office of Intergovernmental and External Affairs, Office of Medicare Hearings and Appeals, Office of the Chief Technology Officer, Office of the General Counsel, Office of the National Coordinator for Health Information Technology, Administration on Aging, Administration for Children and Families, Administration for Native Americans, Administration on Developmental Disabilities, Office of Child Care, Office of Child Support Enforcement, Children's Bureau, National Center on Child Abuse and Neglect, Family and Youth Services Bureau, Office of Head Start, Office of Community Services, Office of Family Assistance, Office of Refugee Resettlement, President's Committee for People with Intellectual Disabilities, Agency for Healthcare Research and Quality, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC Washington Office, Center for Global Health, National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health, Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices, National Vital Statistics System, Office for State, Tribal, Local and Territorial Support, Office of Equal Employment Opportunity, Office of Infectious Diseases, National Center for Emerging and Zoonotic Infectious Diseases, Division of High Consequence Pathogens and Pathology DHCPP, Viral Special Pathogens Branch VSPB, National Center for HIV/AIDS, Viral Hepatitis STD, and TB Prevention, National Center for Immunization and Respiratory Diseases, Office of Minority Health and Health Equity, Office of Non-Communicable Diseases, Injury and Environmental Health, National Center for Chronic Disease Prevention and Health Promotion, National Center for Environmental Health/Agency for Toxic Substances and Disease Registry, National Center for Injury Prevention and Control, National Center on Birth Defects and Developmental Disabilities, Office of Public Health Preparedness and Response, Division of Emergency Operations, Emergency Operations Center EOC, Office of Public Health Science Services, Center for Surveillance, Epidemiology and Laboratory Services, National Center for Health Statistics, Office of the Associate Director for Communication, Office of the Associate Director for Policy, Office of the Associate Director for Science, Office of the Chief of Staff, Office of the Chief Operating Officer, National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health, Epidemic Intelligence Service, National Center for Health Statistics, Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, Food and Drug Administration, National Center for Food Safety and Applied Nutrition, Office of Criminal Investigations, Health Resources and Services Administration, Patient Affordable Health Care Act Program, Independent Payment Advisory Board, Indian Health Service, National Institutes of Health, National Institutes of Health Police, National Cancer Institute, National Eye Institute, National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute, Rocky Mountain Laboratories, National Human Genome Research Institute, National Institute on Aging, National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism, National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, National Institute of Arthritis and Musculoskeletal and Skin Diseases, National Institute of Biomedical Imaging and Bioengineering, National Institute of Child Health and Human Development, National Institute on Deafness and Other Communication Disorders, National Institute of Dental and Craniofacial Research, National Institute of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Diseases, National Institute on Drug Abuse, National Institute of Environmental Health Sciences, National Institute of General Medical Sciences, National Institute of Mental Health, National Institute on Minority Health and Health Disparities, National Institute of Neurological Disorders and Stroke, National Institute of Nursing Research, Center for Information Technology, Center for Scientific Review, Fogarty International Center, National Center for Advancing Translational Sciences, National Center for Complementary and Integrative Health, NIH Clinical Center, Public Health Service, Federal Occupational Health, Office of the Surgeon General, United States Public Health Service Commissioned Corps, Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, United States Department of Homeland Security, Office of the Secretary, Office of the Secretary, Immediate Office of the Secretary, Office of the Deputy Secretary, Office of the Chief of Staff, Military Advisor's Office, Office of the Executive Secretary, Joint Requirements Council, Office of Strategy, Policy, and Plans, Office of Immigration Statistics, Office of International Affairs, Office of General Counsel, Office of Legislative Affairs, Office of Public Affairs, Office of Partnership and Engagement, Homeland Security Advisory Council, Office of State and Local Law Enforcement, Private Sector Office, Office for Civil Rights and Civil Liberties, Office of the Citizenship and Immigration Services Ombudsman, Office of the Immigration Detention Ombudsman, Privacy Office, Headquarters Offices and Directorates, Management Directorate, Federal Protective Service, Office of Biometric Identity Management, Office of the Chief Financial Officer, Office of the Chief Information Officer, Office of the Chief Human Capital Officer, Office of the Chief Procurement Officer, Office of the Chief Readiness Support Officer, Canine and Equine Governance Board, Office of the Chief Security Officer, Science and Technology Directorate, Office of Intelligence and Analysis, Current and Emerging Threats Center, Homeland Identities Targeting and Exploitation Center, Transnational Organized Crime Mission Center, Counterterrorism Mission Center, Counterintelligence Mission Center, Cyber Mission Center, Economic Security Mission Center, Office of Operations Coordination, National Operations Center, Countering Weapons of Mass Destruction Office, Chief Medical Officer, Office of Inspector General, Component Agencies, Federal Emergency Management Agency, United States Fire Administration, National Flood Insurance Program, Center for Domestic Preparedness, Emergency Management Institute, Mount Weather Emergency Operations Center, Federal Insurance and Mitigation Administration, Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, National Cybersecurity and Communications Integration Center, Federal Law Enforcement Training Centers, Transportation Security Administration, Federal Air Marshal Service, United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, United States Coast Guard, Coast Guard Intelligence, Coast Guard Investigative Service, United States Coast Guard Police, United States Coast Guard Yard, United States Coast Guard Research and Development Center, United States Coast Guard Academy, United States Coast Guard Training Center Cape May, United States Coast Guard Reserve, United States Coast Guard Auxiliary, National Ice Center, United States Customs and Border Protection, Air and Marine Operations, United States Border Patrol, Office of Field Operations, Office of Trade, United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement ICE, Enforcement and Removal Operations, Homeland Security Investigations, Office of Professional Responsibility, Office of the Principal Legal Advisor, United States Secret Service. United States Secret Service Uniformed Division. James J. Rowley Training Center. United States Department of Housing and Urban Development. Executive Offices. Office of the Secretary. Office of the Deputy Secretary. Office of Hearings and Appeals. Office of Small and Disadvantaged Business Utilization. Office of Faith-Based and Neighborhood Partnerships. Office of Congressional and Intergovernmental Relations. Office of Public Affairs. Administrative Offices. Office of Departmental Equal Employment Opportunity. Office of General Counsel. Departmental Enforcement Center. Office of the Assistant Secretary for Administration. Chief Administrative Office. Office of the Chief Human Capital Officer. Office of the Chief Procurement Officer. Office of the Chief Financial Officer. Office of the Chief Information Officer. Office of Inspector General. Agencies. Government National Mortgage Association. Office of Community Planning and Development. Office of Fair Housing and Equal Opportunity. Fair Housing Assistance Program. Fair Housing Initiatives Program. National Fair Housing Training Academy. Office of Field Policy and Management. Office of Housing. Federal Housing Administration. Office of Lead Hazard Control and Healthy Homes. Office of Policy Development and Research. Office of Public and Indian Housing. Real Estate Assessment Center. United States Department of the Interior DOI. United States Secretary of the Interior. United States Deputy Secretary of the Interior. CHCO. CRO. General Counsel. CIO. CISO. CTO. Science. Technology. Administrative Law. White House Liaison. CPO. COO. Management. Administration. Justice. Communications. Public Affairs. Congressional and Intergovernmental Affairs. Energy. Education. National Interior University. Office of Security. Indian Arts and Craft Board. Office of Emergency Management. Doty Police. National Interior Library. Office of International Affairs. Office of Interior Statistics. Office of Interior Intelligence. Bureau of Indian Affairs. Bureau of Indian Affairs Police. Bureau of Indian Education. Doty Office of the Inspector General. Bureau of Land Management. Bureau of Land Management Office of Law Enforcement. Bureau of Ocean Energy Management. Bureau of Reclamation. BOR Police. Hoover Dam Police dissolved. Bureau of Safety and Environmental Enforcement. Fish and Wildlife Service. National Wildlife Refuge System. NWRS Division of Refuge Law Enforcement. Sport Fishing and Boating Partnership Council. FWS Office of Law Enforcement. Endangered Species Program. National Park Service. United States Park Police. Office of Insular Affairs. Office of Surface Mining. National Mine Map Repository. United States Geological Survey. Federal Consulting Group. United States Department of Justice. Office of the Attorney General. Office of the Deputy Attorney General. Office of the Associate Attorney General. Office of the Solicitor General. Special Counsel's Office. Antitrust Division. Civil Division. Civil Rights Division. Criminal Division. Environment and Natural Resources Division. Justice Management Division. Asset Forfeiture Fund. National Security Division. Tax Division. Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives. Bureau of Prisons. Federal Prison Industries Act Uniker. National Institute of Corrections. Community Relations Service. Drug Enforcement Administration, El Paso Intelligence Center, Office of National Security Intelligence, Executive Office for Immigration Review, Board of Immigration Appeals, Executive Office for Organized Crime, Executive Office for United States Attorneys, Executive Office for United States Trustees, Federal Bureau of Investigation, Intelligence Branch, National Security Branch, Counterterrorism Division, Criminal, Cyber, Response and Services Branch, Critical Incident Response Group, National Center for the Analysis of Violent Crime, Strategic Information and Operations Center, Crisis Negotiation Unit, Behavioral Analysis Unit, Science and Technology Branch, FBI Laboratory, FBI Criminal Justice Information Services Division, Information and Technology Branch, Human Resources Branch, FBI Academy, National Gang Intelligence Center, Foreign Claims Settlement Commission of the United States, Interpol Washington, United States National Central Bureau, Office of Community-Oriented Policing Services, Office of Justice Programs, Bureau of Justice Assistance, Bureau of Justice Statistics, National Criminal Justice Reference Service, National Institute of Justice, Office for Victims of Crime, Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention, Office of Sex Offender Sentencing, Monitoring, Apprehending, Registering, and Tracking SMART, Office of Legal Counsel, Office of Legal Policy, Office of the Pardon Attorney, Office on Violence Against Women, Offices of the United States Attorneys, United States Marshals Service, Justice Prisoner and Alien Transportation System, United States Parole Commission, Office of Information Policy, Office of Legislative Affairs, Office of Public Affairs, Office of Professional Responsibility, Office of the Inspector General, Office of Tribal Justice, Professional Responsibility Advisory Office, United States Department of Labor DOL, Office of the Secretary OSIC, Offices under the Deputy Secretary of Labor, Administrations, Employee Benefits Security Administration, Employment and Training Administration, Mine Safety and Health Administration, Occupational Safety and Health Administration, boards under the Office of Administrative Law Judges, Administrative Review Board, Benefits Review Board, Employees Compensation Appeals Board, Bureaus, Bureau of International Labor Affairs, Bureau of Labor Statistics, Women's Bureau, ROW, Miscellaneous, National Labor Library, Veterans Employment and Training Service, Wage and Hour Division, Wirtz Labor Library, United States Department of State DOS, United States Secretary of State, United States Deputy Secretary of State, agencies, bureaus, and offices, Foreign Affairs Policy Board, National State University, Fulbright Foreign Scholarship Board, Office of Security, Office of Emergency Management, DOS Police, National State Library, Office of State Statistics, Office of International Affairs, United States Agency for International Development, DOS Office of the Inspector General, National Council for the Traditional Arts, United States Foreign Service, Communications, General Counsel, Management and Administration, CFO, CIO, CPO, CTO, CISO, WHO, CHCO, CRO, reporting to the Secretary, Chief of Staff, Bureau of Intelligence and Research, Bureau of Legislative Affairs, Office of the Legal Advisor, Executive Secretariat, Operations Center, Executive Secretariat Staff, Advance and Staffing Division, Records and Information Management Division, Executive Office of the Executive Secretariat, Exec-Tech Office, Office of the Chief of Protocol, Counselor of the U.S. Department of State, Office of the United States Global AIDS Coordinator and Health Diplomacy, Policy Planning Staff, Secretary's Foreign Affairs Policy Board, Office of Civil Rights, Office of Religion and Global Affairs, Office of the Ombudsman, Ombuds Services Office, Workplace Conflict Prevention and Resolution Center WCPRC, Foreign Service Grievance Board, Secretary's Open Forum, Office of Hostage Affairs, Office of Global Partnerships, Office of Global Women's Issues, Office of Global Food Security, Office of the Coordinator for Cyber Issues, Office of the Special Presidential Envoy for the Global Coalition to Defeat ISIS, Office of the Inspector General of the United States Department of State and Broadcasting Board of Governors, Special Envoys and Special Representatives, reporting to the Deputy Secretary for Management and Resources, Office of U.S. Foreign Assistance Resources, Office of Small and Disadvantaged Business Utilization, Quadrennial Diplomacy and Development Review QDDR Office, reporting to the Undersecretary for Arms Control and International Security, Bureau of Arms Control Verification and Compliance, Bureau of International Security and Nonproliferation, Bureau of Political Military Affairs, Office of Weapons Removal and Abatement, International Security Advisory Board, reporting to the Undersecretary for Human Rights, Civilian Security, and Democracy, Bureau of Conflict and Stabilization Operations, Bureau of Counterterrorism and Countering Violent Extremism, Bureau of Democracy, Human Rights, and Labor, Office of International Religious Freedom, Ambassador at Large for International Religious Freedom, Bureau of International Narcotics and Law Enforcement Affairs, Office of Aviation, Bureau of Population, Refugees, and Migration, Office of Global Criminal Justice, Office to Monitor and Combat Trafficking in Persons, reporting to the Undersecretary for Environment, Energy, and Economic Growth, Bureau of Economic and Business Affairs, Bureau of Energy Resources, Bureau of Oceans and International Environmental and Scientific Affairs, Office of the Chief Economist, Office of Global Partnerships, Office of the Science and Technology Advisor to the Secretary, reporting to the Undersecretary for Management, Bureau of Administration, Bureau of Budget and Planning, Bureau of the Comptroller and Global Financial Services, Bureau of Information Resource Management, Diplomatic Telecommunications Service, Bureau of Global Talent Management, Office of the Director General of the Foreign Service and Director of Global Talent, Foreign Service Institute, Bureau of Consular Affairs, Bureau of Diplomatic Security DS, Diplomatic Security Service DSS, Diplomatic Courier Service, Rewards for Justice Program, Bureau of Overseas Buildings Operations, Office of Foreign Missions OFM, Bureau of Medical Services, Office of Management Strategy and Solutions, Director of Diplomatic Reception Rooms, Office of Emergencies in the Diplomatic and Consular Service, Office of the White House Liaison, reporting to the Undersecretary for Political Affairs, Bureau of African Affairs, Bureau of East Asian and Pacific Affairs, Bureau of European and Eurasian Affairs, Bureau of International Organization Affairs, Bureau of Near Eastern Affairs, Bureau of South and Central Asian Affairs, Bureau of Western Hemisphere Affairs, reporting to the Undersecretary for Public Diplomacy and Public Affairs, Bureau of Educational and Cultural Affairs, Bureau of Global Public Affairs, Office of Policy, Planning and Resources for Public Diplomacy and Public Affairs, Global Engagement Center, International Expositions Unit, Special Advisor for Global Youth Issues, United States Advisory Commission on Public Diplomacy, Permanent Diplomatic Missions, United States Mission to the African Union, United States Mission to the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, United States Mission to the Arab League, United States Mission to the Council of Europe and to all other European agencies, United States Mission to international organizations in Vienna, United States Mission to the European Union, United States Mission to the International Civil Aviation Organization, United States Mission to the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, United States Mission to the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, United States Mission to the Organization of American States, United States Mission to the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, United States Mission to the United Nations, United States Mission to the UN agencies in Rome, United States Mission to the United Nations Office and other international organizations in Geneva, United States Observer Mission to the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, United States Permanent Mission to the United Nations Environment Program and the United Nations Human Settlements Program, United States Department of Transportation, United States Secretary of Transportation, United States Deputy Secretary of Transportation, Operating Administrations, Office of the Secretary of Transportation, Office of the Assistant Secretary for Administration, Office of the Chief Financial Officer, Office of the Chief Information Officer, Office of Civil Rights, Office of Drug and Alcohol Policy and Compliance, Office of the General Counsel, Office of the Assistant Secretary for Governmental Affairs, Office of Hearings, Office of Intelligence, Security and Emergency Response, Office of the Assistant Secretary for Research and Technology, Office of Small and Disadvantaged Business Utilization, Office of the Undersecretary for Policy, Federal Aviation Administration, Federal Highway Administration, Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, Federal Railroad Administration, Federal Transit Administration, Maritime Administration, United States Merchant Marine Academy, National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Office of the Inspector General, Pipeline and Hazardous Materials Safety Administration, St. Lawrence Seaway Development Corporation, United States Department of the Treasury, Departmental Offices, Office of the Secretary, Office of the Deputy Secretary, Office of the Chief of Staff, Office of Inspector General, Office of General Counsel, Office of Legislative Affairs, Office of Management, Office of Public Affairs, Office of Domestic Finance, Office of Financial Institutions, Community Development Financial Institutions Fund, Financial Stability Oversight Council, Terrorism Risk Insurance Program, Small Business Lending Fund, Federal Insurance Office, Office of Financial Markets, Federal Financing Bank, Office of Fiscal Service, Office of Financial Stability, Office of Economic Policy, Office of Financial Research, Office of International Affairs, Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States, Office of Technical Assistance, Office of Tax Policy, Office of Terrorism and Financial Intelligence, Office of Foreign Assets Control, Office of Intelligence and Analysis, Office of Terrorist Financing and Financial Crimes, Treasury Executive Office for Asset Forfeiture, Office of the Treasurer of the United States, Bureaus, United States Department of Veterans Affairs. Office of the Secretary of Veterans Affairs. Agencies. Independent agencies and government-owned corporations. Established under United States Constitution Article I, Section 4. Elections. Election Assistance Commission. EAC Office of Inspector General. Federal Election Commission. FEC Office of Inspector General. Established under Article I, Section 8. Administrative agencies. Administrative Conference of the United States. National Archives and Records Administration. Office of Presidential Libraries. Information Security Oversight Office. Public Interest Declassification Board. Office of the Federal Register. Civil Service Agencies. Merit Systems Protection Board. Office of Government Ethics. Office of Personnel Management. Human Resources University. USUPM Office of the Inspector General. National Background Investigations Bureau. Federal Executive Institute. Chief Acquisition Officers Council. Chief Human Capital Officers Council. Chief Financial Officers Council. Chief Information Officers Council. Office of Special Counsel. Commerce Regulatory Agencies. Federal Trade Commission. FTC Office of the Inspector General. Consumer Product Safety Commission. CPSC Office of the Inspector General. Federal Communications Commission. Universal Service Fund. Radio Amateur Civil Emergency Service. Federal Housing Finance Agency. Federal Housing Finance Board defunct. United States International Trade Commission. Government commissions, committees, and consortium. National Advisory Council on Violence Against Women. Council of Inspectors General on Integrity and Efficiency. United States Commission on International Religious Freedom. Privacy and Civil Liberties Oversight Board. Social Security Advisory Board. Northwest Power Planning Council. Northwest Power and Conservation Council. Pacific Northwest Electric Power and Conservation Planning Council. National Indian Gaming Commission. Marine Mammal Commission. Medicaid and Chip Payment and Access Commission. Migratory Birds Conservation Commission. Mississippi River Commission. National Bipartisan Commission on the Future of Medicare. Federal Laboratory Consortium for Technology Transfer. Federal Library and Information Center Committee. Japan-United States Friendship Commission. Fiscal Responsibility and Reform Commission. Commission on Security and Cooperation in Europe Helsinki Commission. Federal Interagency Committee on Education. Federal Interagency Council on Statistical Policy. Committee for the Implementation of Textile Agreements. Federal Interagency Committee for the Management of Noxious and Exotic Weeds. Federal Accounting Standards Advisory Board. Federal Financial Institutions Examination Council. Interagency Alternative Dispute Resolution Working Group. Interagency Council on Homelessness. Federal Geographic Data Committee. U.S. Commission for the Preservation of America's Heritage Abroad. Education and Broadcasting Agencies. Corporation for Public Broadcasting. PBS Public Broadcasting Service. NPR National Public Radio. American Public Television APT. Helen Keller National Center. Institute of Museum and Library Services. U.S. Agency for Global Media. Voice of America. Radio Free Europe/Radio Liberty. Radio Y Television Marty. Radio Free Asia. Middle Eastern Broadcasting Networks. International Broadcasting Bureau. National Constitution Center. National Endowment for the Arts. National Endowment for the Humanities. Barry M. Goldwater Scholarship in Excellence and Education Program. James Madison Memorial Fellowship Foundation. Harry S. Truman Scholarship Foundation. Morris K. Udall and Stuart L. Udall Foundation. Vietnam Education Foundation. Energy and Science Agencies. National Aeronautics and Space Administration (NASA). National Science Board. National Science Foundation. University Corporation for Atmospheric Research. National Center for Atmospheric Research. United States Antarctic Program. United States Arctic Research Commission. Nuclear Regulatory Commission. Office of the Federal Coordinator, Alaska Natural Gas Transportation Projects. Tennessee Valley Authority. Tennessee Valley Authority Police. Foreign Investment Agencies. African Development Foundation. Export-Import Bank of the United States. Inter-American Foundation. Overseas Private Investment Corporation. U.S. Trade and Development Agency. Interior Agencies. Advisory Council on Historic Preservation. United States Environmental Protection Agency. United States Environmental Protection Agency Office of Enforcement and Compliance Assurance. Presidio Trust. Appalachian Regional Commission. Delta Regional Authority. Denali Commission. American Battle Monuments Commission. Delaware River Basin Commission. Susquehanna River Basin Commission. Northern Border Regional Commission. Labor Agencies. Federal Labor Relations Authority. Federal Mediation and Conciliation Service. Federal Mine Safety and Health Review Commission. National Labor Relations Board. National Mediation Board. Occupational Safety and Health Review Commission. Chemical Safety Board. Monetary and Financial Agencies. Commodity Futures Trading Commission. Farm Credit Administration. Federal Reserve System. Federal Reserve Police. Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. National Credit Union Administration. Central Liquidity Facility. Securities and Exchange Commission. Securities Investor Protection Corporation. Small Business Administration. Postal Agencies. Military Postal Service Agency. Postal Regulatory Commission. United States Postal Service. United States Postal Inspection Service. U.S. Postal Service Police. Citizens Stamp Advisory Committee. UST's Office of the Inspector General. U.S. Philatelic Bureau. U.S. Stamp Printing Service. Retirement Agencies. Federal Retirement Thrift Investment Board. Thrift Savings Plan. Railroad Retirement Board. Social Security Administration. Federal Property and Seat of Government Agencies. Court Services and Offender Supervision Agency. General Services Administration. Federal Systems Integration and Management Center. USA Gov, formerly Federal Citizen Information Center. Office of the President-elect. National Capital Planning Commission. Commission of Fine Arts. Transportation Agencies. Amtrak National Railroad Passenger Corporation. Amtrak Police. Federal Maritime Commission. National Transportation Safety Board. Surface Transportation Board. Volunteerism Agencies. Corporation for National and Community Service. AmeriCorps. AmeriCorps Organizations. AmeriCorps Vista. Senior Corps. Learn and Serve America. National Civilian Community Corps. Volunteers in Service to America. USA Freedom Corps. Presidential Freedom Scholarship Program. President's Volunteer Service Award. Peace Corps. Authority under Article Roman II, Section 1. Defense and Security Agencies. Central Intelligence Agency. Central Intelligence Agency Security Protective Service. Defense Nuclear Facilities Safety Board. Office of the Director of National Intelligence. National Intelligence Board. Office of the National Counterintelligence Executive. Intelligence Advanced Research Projects Activity. Selective Service System. National Security Commission on Artificial Intelligence. Authority under Amendment XIV. Civil Rights Agencies. Commission on Civil Rights. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. National Council on Disability. Other agencies and corporations. Digital Opportunity Investment Trust. Joint Programs and Interagency Agencies. Joint Fire Science Program. National Interagency Fire Center. Special Inspector General Office. Special Inspector General for Afghanistan Reconstruction. Quasi-official agencies. Arts and cultural agencies. Corporation for Travel Promotion. John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts. National Trust for Historic Preservation. National Building Museum. National Gallery of Art. Smithsonian Institution. Smithsonian Police. Smithsonian Institution Office of Protection Services. National Zoological Police. U.S. National Museum. U.S. National Zoo. U.S. National Theater. Woodrow Wilson International Center for Scholars. Washington National Cathedral Foundation. Washington National Cathedral. Washington National Cathedral Police. Museum agencies. United States Holocaust Memorial Museum. Binary Observation Agency. Commerce and Technology Agencies. North American Electric Reliability Corporation. Municipal Securities Rulemaking Board. National Futures Association. Public Company Accounting Oversight Board. Financial Industry Regulatory Authority. Federal National Mortgage Association Fannie Mae. Federal Home Loan Mortgage Corporation Freddie Mac. U.S. Civilian Research and Development Foundation. Defense and Diplomacy Agencies. American Institute in Taiwan. East-West Center. Millennium Challenge Corporation. National Endowment for Democracy. United States Institute of Peace. Henry M. Jackson Foundation for the Advancement of Military Medicine. Human Service and Community Development Agencies. National Industries for the Blind. Neighborhood Reinvestment Corporation. Access Board. Ability One Commission. National Institute of Building Sciences. American Red Cross. Interior Agencies. National Fish and Wildlife Foundation. National Park Foundation. Law and Justice Agencies. Legal Services Corporation. State Justice Institute. Vera Institute of Justice. National Center for Missing and Exploited Children.